Some news for you guys. I normally don't touch on this topic about Trump and the president, all this political stuff, but I just have to after seeing this right here. Um, Dictatorship. They're calling Trump a dictator. We've been hearing that since day one. I don't agree completely with everything he does, no, and I do not want to live in a police state. But all I can say is I think these mofos have brought it on themselves. Like I said, man, I've said a million times, black people have ruined every single thing. They ruin everything. And now I'm worried about our Second Amendment right. Because as soon as ARs became popular, which has always been popular with the white boys in Texas and Florida and things like that, they always have to get, I got to get me one of those machine guns. They're not even machine guns for all you ignorant folks. They're not assault rifles. They're semi-automatic rifles who are in the style of which would look like a military style rifle based off of an M16, but no, it is not an M16 automatic. Okay, but anyways, now these young thugs, now they getting them. Yeah, yeah, pop, 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 shit, nigga. Yeah, they're doing it and they're fucking doing it. And even in the city where I was from, this motherfucker was banging his shooting his AR every single night. And the cops don't want to go near these projects he was shooting at. And they knew who it was. That's the craziest part. They knew who it was. Young guy, like 19 years old, fresh out of high school, got nothing better to do every night, 1, 2 o'clock at night, shooting out a magazine AR. They are fucking up everything. They fuck up all the clubs, the nice bars. As soon as something nice opens up and people go there, boom. Yeah, one of y'all may take one. You may have a black friend. You bring one of them, and then he brings his cousin, and they bring all the homies, and then before you know it, turns into a fucking hood stomping ground, and then they have to shut the place down. And that's just what's happening to you guys. Do you think if you people were civil, this would be happening? No, evidently there's probably something big going on. But let's roll the clip.
By deploying the National Guard. This is Mayor Bowser speaking Monday.
The numbers on the ground in the district don't support 1,000 people from other states coming to Washington, D.C. You know that.
First of all, why are there so many of these peoples of colors now in the government positions? Like, dude, this just happened over like the last decade. Is this all DEI hires? How did these people get the credentials, or what? Who gave them? What fucking what world are we living in now, man? I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. If they're not black, they're GAY. It's just crazy, man. And all these mayors, and not just that, they're women too. A lot of women running stuff. It's just crazy, man. It blows my mind. And it's as we see this happening, we can see the world is falling apart around us.
This is not about something that fits into logic.
What? What the fuck did she just say? I don't think she understands. That didn't even make sense.
To Washington, D.C. You know that. This is not about something that fits into logic.
She can't even articulate a fucking sentence, dude. That didn't make logics to me. Can I ask you a question? What the fuss do you mean when you say this does not fit logic? What doesn't? Be specific. God, read a book, you son of God.
So if you want to know what's happening, the question is really not for us. It's for why the military would be deployed in an American city to police Americans. That's the question.
Community.
Well, maybe y'all are doing something fucking nuts over there. Actually, Washington is known for having a high crime rate. You have to remember, the president has had several assassination attempts. He's been grazed in the ear. Dude, that's where he lives, and y'all got nothing but crazy lunatics who are out to get him. Yeah. Now, if he starts marching, like if he just like opens up military in every public space, and they're just walking down the streets, marching down the streets, and I'm somebody who have lived in Mexico, okay, and you see military driving down the streets all the time with fucking 50 cows on the back of the truck and somebody there. It's normal like that because of just how things can get. But they're not, they're just there to make sure nobody's acting full. But you know what? Everybody's calm and like it's nothing bad, but it's just because some areas are bad and you do need that. And that does kind of make people think twice before they act a fool, okay?
The organizers have rallied against Trump's deployment of the National Guard. This is Samantha Davis, the founder of the Black Swan Academy, which helps empower Black youth.
Empower Black youth. Okay, let's make a white swan group that empowers young white youth. How do you think the media would receive that? How do you think they would feel about that? This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is where we have to step up and stop being cowards. And like I say, if you have white guilt, get your ass in the shower and get you some fucking the whitest soap you can find and clean that. Wash that fucking white guilt off, dude. Scrub that shit off. Enough of the soft talk and walking around on eggshells. It's time. It's time. It is time. And God is on your side. Know that.
This is not about crime. This is about control. This is not about public safety. This is about power.
Yes, for you guys, and y'all are losing it, and y'all are mad. That's what all of this is about. What the fuck is this, E.T.? Look at this stupid ass. Look at all these sellouts over here. They all must be JY. Look, all boomers. Look how old they all look. Look how old. These are the brainwashed people, the generation that handed everything over to these people right here. These Muppets, man. This is why we're dealing with that shit. Oh God. And dude, the bending of the fucking knee, the cuckery, the pandering, it's just sick. And now we look all of these people, and they're all getting government jobs and shit like that too. The DEI hires. That's what they're mad about. See, they're losing. The president took away their privilege card. Now they're pissed. Now they're coming out the woodworks and they're acting stupid. This is about power. Like she said, this is about them losing their black power, their black privilege. But yet they want to live here with us and get all the benefits, and they want equality. No, they don't want equality. They want more than equality. They want more than equality, and they had it. They had privileges that nobody else, no other race had. That's a fact.
Last week, Donald Trump suggested that our children in D.C. as young as 14 should be tried as adults.
I don't know if that's true, but I don't think any of y'all should be tried as adults. Even when y'all hit the age of 50, y'all are still fucking like toddlers. Oh shit! I swear, man. These guys, and that's another thing. These black guys, they never grow up. They never mature for some reason. It's fucking it's beyond me. I don't understand it. But they'll be 50 years old, sagging their pants, wearing some Jordans and still talking ebonics and shit like that, talking about the white man holding me down. But that's just how they are, man. They don't fucking grow up, and the women run everything. And I feel, you know what? I want to go out on a limb and say this. I feel sorry for some of the blacks. I really do. The ones that want education, the ones that are, I guess you would say nerdy, or that want out of that culture. I really feel bad for them, and some of the women. There are some women there that are very feminine, or they would say they act white. I've met them before, and you know, and it's the men's fault. It's the men's fault. In any society where it's failing, it is the fault of the men. And you know that the men are not in the household, so the women have to take. Look who's talking right now. The mayor was black, a woman, and this girl here, she's talking because she's a woman. There's no fucking man here talking, because they don't know. All they're thinking is what kind of fuck niggas? Where the snow bunnies at? Shit.
Let me ask you, do we want that? No! And Trump's U.S. attorney has said that she wants to come after our youth and was frustrated because I can't get my hands on them. Do we want that? Trump threatened that if D.C. didn't start punishing our children more harshly, then he would federalize our city. Do we want that? Trump will not bully us into preying on our children. We will not sacrifice our children to a tyrant.
We go.
Okay, this sounds a bit extreme, and I don't know why, but my lie detectors are starting to go off. For some reason, I don't believe half the shit that lady said. I don't know. Maybe it's just life experience, knowing they always fucking lie. They always twist everything. They lie about history. They bend the truth for everything to fit them. I'll give them this. They're very conniving. They're very good at being conniving and trying to manipulate shit. But they can't outsmart. They can't outsmart us. They think that's the fucked up part. They think they are slicker than everybody. They think they're smarter than everybody. But like nobody can see past it. That's the fucked up part. But unfortunately, some people have been duped by the media. It's because of the brainwashing news. The old white folks, they will listen to this old lady right here because she looks like them, and she's sitting there saying she's gonna be the spokesperson for the old whites, the boomers, and everybody else. But the youth are waking up. They're too smart. They're too smart. They know what's going on.
Go now to D.C., where we're joined by Kaya Chatterjee, the executive director of the group Free D.C. Kaya, welcome to Democracy Now! The number of troops that have been deployed, can you give us an update? We know 6 Republican-led states have agreed to send troops. And as NPR reported this morning, in a number of cities in these 6 Republican-led states, the crime rates are worse than Washington, D.C.
That's right. Thank you so much for.
Okay, now let me clear something up here. When they say crime rates, they're talking about how many people get booked and go to jail and things like that. A lot of crime in these fucking really bad cities, they never get reported. They don't get reported. Just like I said, in a place where I lived not too long ago, I was hearing gunshots every single night from these projects that I lived close to. And that is a crime, to be shooting in the air every single night in a public space, and no telling where those bullets are falling, man. You know, those, you cannot shoot in the air. It'll fall down. Everything comes up, comes down. I don't know if they know about gravity yet. They're shit, or quantum physics. You know, they don't know shit. But they supposedly this is a crazy story. They believe that UFO that's coming in November, that some of their ancient ancestors, they built UFOs, and they're coming back to destroy the white folks for enslaving them and not paying reparations. That's true. That's a true story. I will show you that later. But so I don't know what this Muppet is doing right here. What is she going to say?
For having me. What we're seeing here is something that would be considered an act of civil war if DC were a state, if we had equal representation under the law. There's National Guard coming from one state to another state against the wishes of the elected officials and of the people who are here. So this is clearly straight out of the playbook of any dictator. They want to take over the capital of the country in order to silence dissent. And we actually are very vulnerable to that here in DC because we don't have statehood. We don't have equal representation under the law. We don't control our elected officials don't control our own National Guard. These are vulnerabilities that are not just vulnerabilities for the people of DC, but these are vulnerabilities to the people of this country and our democracy, and therefore vulnerabilities to the entire world that is being put at risk by this takeover takeover of DC, this armed
The whole world?
takeover of DC, that is combined also with this surge of Trump's forces that are, doing a lot of the same things that we're hearing about in the rest of the country in terms of kidnapping people, and we're seeing a lot of illegal activity.
Kidnapping people. I'm so sick of these people talking about that. What about the hundreds of thousands of missing kids that went across the border, huh? You never hear these people talk about that. Right now, I promise you, there's some little children that are being trafficked, that are being raped, molested, and we don't hear a word about it. Not from either side, not from either party, not from the red side or the blue side. And that's another sick thing, man. So like I said, I'm really to the point where I don't think either party um, is for the people at all. I believe they're all. I'm starting to really believe this is all. A lot of it is just theater, and it doesn't matter. I mean, one side is just too crazy and too bizarre, and they were going to do even worse than this. So um, we're going to totally destroy us. So this is nothing. This is just basically get your shit together and stay the fuck out the way and stop committing crimes. And I think everything should be okay, right? I mean, they're not just fucking grabbing innocent people that's not doing anything. They're going after criminals, and obviously something's going down. I have to dig further into this, guys. But anyways, Slayer Nukes, if you enjoy this content, hit the like button and subscribe and leave a comment, please. It really helps. And because we really we need to start networking. We need to start community. We need a community now because we can see where this is going. And like I've said this before. Before I had started this channel, I was talking about this a while back. I can see this. This was coming from a mile away, man. That this kind of civil and cultural war is coming. It is coming, and it looks like it's already here. And I know it. I can feel it. It's just going to get worse. I think things right here in Washington, D.C. are about to start popping off very soon. Probably going to see some really hard riots. And some people are probably going to get, I don't want to say the word on here because every time, I don't know why, but my channels, they get kind of snuffed for some reason. And mm, yeah, so I'll figure that out. But anyways, the important thing is that people get the message and that we don't keep our eyes closed and for too long people have kept their head in the sand. We can no longer do that, man. If you especially if you have kids, you want them to have a future, and I want mine and my family and the people behind us. If we don't do something, uh, then the future is going to be lost for those behind us, dude. And I feel like we're responsible right now as adults. And you can see these boomers, man, or not all of them, but you can see what the people they left us. So only imagine if we don't say something, if we don't speak up, if we don't speak up and act, then it will never happen. Nothing will ever happen. Anyway, this is Slayer Rants. I gotta go eat, and I love you guys. Love you guys. Peace out, and catch you on the next one.